You and me stuck on the ocean now, nothing but waves and they're spilling in. I wanna dry up, but you just keep on going, don't you? I don't even know how we got here, all my reasoning have disappeared. I wanna bury the hatchet and find the way back to our home, our home, our home. We don't have to drift inside this dome. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not dare. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not dare. We do not all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not dare. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not dare. We do not. Yesterday we could be ourselves. Didn't have much, but nevertheless, we were true to each other. But now we don't even bother. I remember you being hopeful, but the tall waves have worn us down, and slowly we are drowning. That's why you need to come with me, with me, with me. Turn around 180 degrees and cross the sea. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late.
All right. I am super excited that that you are joining with us tonight. This is Rob and Maria McArtor. Yep. We're having a great time here at Maryland Homes Team. This is our talk show, Let's Talk Real Estate Live. And this is my awesome wife, Maria. And doesn't she look beautiful tonight? She looks absolutely gorgeous. We have a jam-packed show tonight. We have an awesome calendar of events. We have a wonderful interview coming up with our very own Eric Diaz. We've known him for years. He's a life coach, and he is going to speak some life into you tonight. I know that. I trust that and believe it, and you're going to definitely want to stick around for that interview. We have some real estate tidbits that we want to bring up to you, and also a contest tonight. All kinds of fun stuff.
And
so
we brought back the
wheel of the wheel. You
Wait a
can't see
minute.
it right there.
Yeah,
there you
yeah.
go. Yep.
I feel like the camera is so much closer to us.
It is always close to us, but
I'm not comfortable.
so we're gonna have fun. Just grab a cup of coffee, grab an iced tea. We're gonna have a great time tonight. So hold on to your seats, put your seat belts on, because this is gonna be an awesome ride of your life. And we're gonna be right back in 1 second. All right, here we are. We're having a great time.
And lots of things are going on. So many things going on in Bel Air. Why is all that? That's
Sorry, it's our studio audience,
so-
please, folks. If you could please,
so
thank you very much.
You, for
Yes,
sure.
exactly.
They're decorating they've already decorated in Bel Air, so that looks awfully pretty.
Yes.
And I think everybody's been ready for the Christmas season before Thanksgiving, like they do normally. And this year I joined in, so I couldn't help it.
Yes, she had me digging the boxes out very early this season. Just to let you know, gentlemen, you can feel my pain. You can feel the pain out there. Just pulling out stuff for the front of the house, the wreaths, the
Yeah,
bows.
I was going to say, How many boxes did you carry up from the basement?
Quite a few. But the outside is like my forte. I mean, that's what I work
It
on, is
is.
all the stuff on the outside.
It is.
So, but anyway, we're going to have a fun show tonight. Eric Diaz is in the house, and we're so excited to
Yes.
have him on board with us. We're going to get to that interview a little bit later. And he's joined with us, and we're going to talk about life coaching. We're all about business coaching, right? We have do a lot with business coaching, but he's going to speak some life into us and help guide us in the direction we need to go. And even starting out 2023 the right way. That's what it's all about, starting it the right way. So,
and when we started at Freedom Church way back when it was Way of Life, he was the very first person that greeted us. I'll never forget that.
Yep.
He greeted us as a family and just made us feel so comfortable. So he definitely has a gift.
He has a great gift. Absolutely. Yep. I had to ask him for my wallet back when we hugged each other, but he's a good guy. He's excellent. You're going to really love him once we have him on board here. So anyhow, so we wanted to dive into a couple of things. One is let's get into this contest, because I've been really excited about this like all week. The 12 Days of Christmas.
Okay. Oh, this is so funny.
Yeah, this is really funny.
So I don't know how many people have tuned in, but can you tell me, if we had to buy the 12 Days of Christmas, how much it would cost today? So if you know the song, go down in your head, list all the different things that it is, which I can actually refresh your memory, because I don't think I know them by heart unless I sing the song, and you definitely don't want me to sing.
Yeah, exactly.
What do we have? We have 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, and 6 geese a laying. And would you like to do the 5th one?
5 gold rings.
Oh, I thought you were going to sing it. Back in the
5
day,
gold rings.
you used to be a singer.
That's right.
4 collie birds, and I always thought that was calling birds.
Why? Yeah, so did I.
Why did I get that wrong all these
Maybe
years?
they misspelled it.
I think it's our Maryland accent. 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and 1 partridge in a pear tree.
1 partridge in a pear tree.
Which I did love the Partridge Family back in the day.
Exactly. Yep.
So how much would that cost today if you had to buy them all?
That's right.
That's what we're looking for. Make your guess, and whoever is the closest is going to get a gift card tonight.
So just to let you know, what we're looking for is the total cost of what all of this is going to cost you after inflation. Since 2019, it's actually gone up 6%, just to let you know. So I want to give you the numbers in 2019, but the one that comes to the closest number, we're going to spin the wheel for you, and we're going to find out what gift, what my lovely Vanna White here is going to offer you on that spin the wheel. So this is a question and answer format. So please tonight, just put in your comments in the comment section below. Any kind of questions you have, any comments about the show, things of that nature. We love to engage with you, and especially when our guest comes on board, you might have some questions for him. We would love to talk to you about that as well. Brenda, great to see you in the house, by the way, Brenda.
And we had a few of our normal viewers let me know. Deb Lembeck, we want to thank you. She's given us an update that she's going to be busy on the road. And then Lucy, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Sandoval Hassel. Not sure if I said that correctly. Sounds a little German to me. What do you think? I could be wrong. Anyway, so thank you, ladies, for letting us know where you're going to be. And if you could try to tune in, we love that. Thank you so much. I think I might just add you to our contest tonight.
That's right.
Yeah, communicating with us.
Exactly. That'll be a lot of fun. And again, I already put up all the icons and things like that for you. But if you you can follow us on social media at any of the locations there. We have Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. Of course, we have an awesome TikTok account. YouTube. We stream live to YouTube, to LinkedIn, to Twitter. So you can follow us there. And also team merchandise. Just simply go to mhtmerch.com. That's our website for team merchandise. If there's anything you want to order there, we don't earn a dime off of it. Everything that we make off of that actually goes to local charities, and we're excited to be able to write those checks out to them. And it's all because of your support, by the way, and we're really excited about that website, mhtmerch.com, and we just look forward to engage with you there as well.
So honey, I had someone who just sent me a message.
Yes.
And said that she was trying to get to our show, and she was having a hard time last week. So they just go to Maryland Homes Team on Facebook.
Yeah, you
right?
go to Maryland's Home Team. So we did have a glitch in our system last 2 weeks ago when we did do our show. It wasn't popping up
Okay.
on Maryland Homes Team. It
Or
was
was
on
it?
your personal account and on some
Oh,
other pages that we operate.
okay.
This week, you should have no problem getting onto our
Sure.
show.
Well,
So
let her know
hopefully you were there.
she could try either way, the personal
Yep,
or
that's
I'll let her
right.
know.
Exactly. So we want to dive right into our tips, by the way. So
Alrighty.
we have 3 tips that we want to share with you, 3 ways to use your home equity.
So what do you think? I think you already know the answer though.
Yes.
How much does the average person have who has a home loan? How much equity they have in their home? That's the question.
Yeah, that is a question. I tell you what, let's not give the answer because I already know the answer.
Okay.
It's actually a very I'm pretty amazed by the information that we received on that. So if you happen to want to take a stab at it, put it in the comment section. We will share that with you at the end of giving you the 3 ways to use your home's equity. But what Maria's asking is basically, what is the average equity that folks have across the nation? Now, this is not just for Maryland or Harford County,
Right.
but across the nation. What do you think is the average equity amount that someone has in their home? Throw that up there, and we'd love to talk to you.
Jessica, I hope you're feeling better.
And so Jessica threw up there
50,000.
$50,000. That's
Jessica,
a good.
we're going to put you in our drawing for
Yeah.
the spin to win.
Yeah, spend a win. We'll put you in our drawing there as well. So yeah, we'll include you in the drawings for this as well. So again, you're guessing the amount of how much the 12 days of Christmas costs now after inflation, and also we're going to put you in the drawing for this as well. So
Oh,
Jessica
yeah.
said 50,000,
Yeah.
but no, it's not 50,000. But we're going to keep moving on here. So 3 ways to use your home's equity. So the first way would be, if you want to buy a home that fits your needs, of course, right? So if you no longer have the space you need, it might be time to move into a larger home, right? So, you want to consider using equity to power a move into a home that fits your changing lifestyle, right?
So what does that look like? That looks like, well, I think we should give the amount of equity so people can go
So,
with that.
yeah, we could do that. You want to do that?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and I know Jessica had put her vote in of numbers here. So the average, and like Rob said, because I was surprised by this number, and he said it's across the country,
Yes.
and it's $300,000. That's a lot of equity.
300,000. It really kind of surprised me, but it doesn't
It's-
surprise me because you have to remember, not everyone has a mortgage. There's a lot of people that are sitting mortgage free. So all of that equity would count towards that $300,000. So that's why those numbers are fairly strong. I know they are fairly strong. They come from CoreLogic, which is a company that keeps our stats for us in real estate. And a lot of people bounce information off of them. And when I found that information, I thought it was fantastic.
So you could take that money. You could either take it out of your house, like a second loan, like if you want to keep your home and rent it.
Yes,
Some people do. Some people never want to be a landlord in their life.
that's right.
Or you could sell your home, make that profit, and put it toward a home that you would, maybe a home of your dreams, a bigger home. Some people, I was even reading, their dream would be to downsize.
Yes.
Their house is too big,
That's right.
and then you would be completely debt free. I would imagine if we bought a smaller home.
That's
for
right.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of people do want to downsize. There's no question about it. But, our clients are basically 50-50. We have those that are, they're having babies, they're getting married, they want to move into a larger home. They want a garage, that dream garage. I didn't get my dream garage until 10, 15 years ago. So believe me,
And
I'm
I
with
never
you.
thought we needed one. You always said that, and then I didn't appreciate it until I had it.
Exactly. Right.
Okay, this
Right.
is what people talk about.
That's right.
For
Yep.
sure. And you know what? We spent 2 years doing this for people.
That's right.
They had so much equity in their home because
Mhm.
of the rising prices. They were actually able, when they didn't even think they could,
hmm
and they did.
That's right. So the next thing is number 2, reinvest in your current house. A lot of people are doing that, especially
Home
now.
improvement people are so busy.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to get one unless you have a good one that you've always been really good to.
That's right.
And I wouldn't wheel and deal them because they're gonna go to the next job. I
That's
keep
right.
telling my dad that.
A lot of people are remodeling inside their homes, especially since COVID. They're making home offices and things like that. So they are investing back
Right.
into their home. You definitely want to, if you're thinking of selling within the next 5 to 10 years, you definitely want to talk to us and find out what investments inside your home are going to pay off more than other investments. Let's
Yes.
put it that way. There's certainly certain things that you're going to do inside your home that are not going to pay off either, dollar for dollar when you go to resell your home. Other
Right.
things will.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
And the national Association of Realtors. They did a across the board survey, and the one that will bring the most value to your home currently, recouping your money and then some. Because who wants to put $100,000 kitchen in to only make $50,000 more? Then you're losing money.
Yeah.
So they said that replacing your hardwood floors
Yep.
is going to definitely bring
You're going to
you
get the
a
most
higher
bang for your
price.
buck. Yeah.
And you know what? We need new hardwood floors.
Yeah. So hardwood floors, the kitchen, bathrooms, things like that. They're certainly going to bring the biggest bang for the buck. When you go to sell your home. People think, hey, if I put on a new roof, is that going to bring up the equity of my home? Well, people come to expect a roof on a house, so keep that in mind.
Sorry.
So not necessarily, but that's something we can certainly revisit as well. And then the third way to use your home's equity is pursue your personal goals. Now, this is something I didn't think too much about, but it makes so much sense. So when I first read this, I thought to myself, if you have a lot of equity in your home and you're trying to develop a portfolio for yourself to invest in maybe other real estate, or whether you're going to flip a
Airbnb,
property,
VRBO.
buy an Airbnb,
They're very
your
big right
future
now.
vacation home, or you're going to buy and hold a property for rental purposes, things like that.
Right.
You could use the equity in your home to use as a down payment and even repairs of that property until it starts to cash flow to you. So we should probably do a whole nother program just on investing in
Well,
real estate, because we
could.
certainly have done that ourselves.
could.
So we have firsthand experience with that. But I thought this was really good, investing in, whether you're doing education, further in educating yourself or your children, things of that nature.
Right.
So I just thought that was really good. Pursue your personal goals is another way that you can use or tap into the equity of your home. So
Of course, you want to be smart about it. Nobody just wants to take their equity and, squander it.
yeah,
Dave-
you don't want to squander
Dave
it.
Ramsey would have a lot to say about
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. You
I don't
definitely
know-
want
I
to be
don't know
careful
what
with it.
Warren Buffett would say. He
Yeah,
might
we're
say
not
something
financial advisors by any means,
No.
but we can certainly help guide you and connect you to the people that can help you with those decisions. And that would be a
Correct.
lot of fun to do that. So
So, Jessica has been so faithful at answering questions. I am going to go and spin the wheel for her. So,
wow,
we have, oh my goodness, I never get this.
she's going to
right.
be early.
We have Chick-fil-A. That's what the CFL is. Chick-fil-A was hard to fit in there. And then we have Wawa. So, who doesn't love Chick-fil-A and who doesn't love
Wait a
Wawa?
minute, shouldn't we tell everyone at least what the amount is
No,
to
no, no.
buy?
We were doing the amount for 300,000.
Oh, okay.
And
You're doing the second one.
first, there's
Oh,
two.
okay.
There's going
All
to be
right.
two winners tonight.
So the other
Two. All
contest
right,
is
do you
still
wanna
out there,
spin,
though.
Or you want me to spin?
I would say you spin.
Okay, that was a very long pause for you. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yay. So,
Yay.
Jessica, if you want to swing by the office, I can give it to Carlo. You just let us know. Or we know where you live.
That's right.
So we can drop it off to you, or just put it in the mail to you. Either way, you message me and tell me, okay?
Wow.
But congrats.
I should have entered that contest. Chick-fil-A. Who can't use good Chick-fil-A, right? So anyhow, we are moving right along. We had a great time with those. If you have any comments or any questions about, how to use the equity in your property, things of that nature, please feel free to email us. You can call us anytime. You can DM us through your website, through Facebook. That'll be great. So without further ado, we're going to move right on to our interview, by the way. So we're going to go ahead and introduce Eric Diaz, life coach. What an awesome time that we had a little bit earlier, getting all set up and everything. All right, Eric. So I appreciate you coming on board, and this is going to be an exciting interview. Please feel free, again, ask any questions you want. We'll throw them up on the screen for Eric. But Eric Diaz, I just want you to introduce yourself, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the invite. And I've been looking forward to this for a few days now. And I'm just very stoked and pumped to be here. And I will say I brought my own Christmas decoration because I saw that you had some back there.
Yes, just a little
So I went and took this off of my dining room table, and I just had to, share the festivities. So,
Well,
and
thank
you
you.
didn't warn me, Rob or Maria, you didn't warn me that this was kind of a comedy hour. Because I've been laughing really hard for
Oh
the
my
last
gosh.
10 to 15 minutes. So Thank
hopefully
you
you're
so
not
much.
laughing at me and you're
No,
laughing with me. That's good. Okay, good, good.
it's with you. No, it's a pleasure to be here. And like Maria said, we've been connected. Our families have been connected for quite some time, and we're blessed the more uh, because of that. And so I am really, really grateful to be with you on this show. This has been exciting. I've watched a few of these episodes in the past, and again, getting my grins and also learning about real estate at the same time. So, but Eric Diaz, I'm a husband of one. Well, before I say that, I'm a child of God. I'm just blessed and honored to serve the Creator of the universe. I'm married to my beautiful wife, Tressa, for over 31 years. We have 4 children, a beautiful daughter in love, and then our first grandchild came along over a year and a half ago. So really blessed. I currently reside about 35 minutes from where the McArtors live, and we're right across the state line in Pennsylvania. We're still very much involved in the same community of faith that the McArtors are involved with as well. What I do for a living has really blossomed into my vocation. And as a mental health coach and a certified life coach, I can really tap into my story and see it come to life in my conversations with my clients. Prior to becoming a life coach or a mental health coach, I worked for 20 years in learning and development for several companies such as AT&T, Wolters Kluwer Health, and also in kind of took a little dip into Chick-Fil-A for about a year and a half and worked with leadership development there. So all of that has just opened up a fantastic door for me to make some wonderful connections in the community, in business. Personally, I've always had a heart for people, and especially those that may have a misconstrued idea of the value of their life, or maybe just struggling to see hope. And I've have always termed myself, and I say this with humility, but I term myself a freedom facilitator. That's what I see myself as, and that's what I bring to the table. And I really trust that the connections that I make will make a difference. And it's just really a lot of fun. And I'm so glad to be here. Again, thank you so much for the invitation, Rob
That
and Maria.
that's great, Eric. I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of great information there. Wonderful introduction. And I just want to just for all of our viewers, if you're just now tuning into this is Eric Diaz. He's a life coach and a great mentor, a great friend. But for those of us out there that are kind of like in the real world, we always think of if we're going through some sort of disaster or something personally, whether we lost a loved one or a divorce situation, just any kind of life addictions, things of that nature. We always think first, counseling. We always think we have to seek out a counselor, things like that. Tell us the difference, Eric, between seeking out maybe a counselor versus having a life coach in your corner to help you through these issues.
Oh, what a wonderful question. And I love talking about the difference. But before I talk about the difference, just the similarities are that we both care, right? We both want to see whether it's an individual or a couple or a family become healthy mentally, physically, emotionally. So we have the same drive, but it's just that we approach that client differently. And so our offerings become different. So as a counselor, counseling and therapy goes into the past. It could be your upbringing, it could be your family structure, but coaching actually looks for the future, looks towards the future, action planning for the future. Counseling is personal strengthening, whereas coaching is personal development. So again, we move from the present onward in coaching and counseling, which again, it's equally as critical and as important. It deals with the hurts, the wounds, the trauma of the past. So again, counseling is the why. You can look at it that way. Why is this happening? We look at the what in coaching. Okay, so this is what's occurring. So let's see if we can address by changing our habits, by renewing our mind, by embracing truth instead of lies. There's a lot of things in coaching that allows us. Again, counseling underlying causes, coaching beliefs, values, vision. Vision is a huge word when it comes to coaching. We want to put that in front of somebody because that's what motivates. If I have a vision for my life, there's energy, there's strength, there's peace. As long as I'm pursuing what I feel like I've been called to, my voice, my vocation. So yeah, there are some differences. We're both people loving people, but to be honest with you, we just approach it a little bit differently.
I love how you describe what the difference is. That's really important because in our world, in our real estate world, we are always encouraged to receive business coach in our lives for our business lives and
Sure.
business coaches. There's multiple ones that are out there that help us specifically in the real estate world. And they really do the same type of thing. They look for what we need to do for future business, and how to formulate our systems and things like that. But you know what? It never really dives into the personal. A couple of coaches out there might dive a little bit into the personal, but the personal is you really have to develop yourself personally and have those personal goals to redirect you in the direction you needed to go, and talk about you personally for your future, developing good, healthy habits and things like that. And I know Maria and I have actually talked about that on the show about a month or so ago, how, developing good, healthy habits, and not overextending yourself with that, getting things that are obtainable, that are achievable.
Yeah.
And that's really important. But I really like the fact of, I want everyone, even my real estate friends who are watching this show right now, I want you to understand that there is a huge difference between business coaching and what you offer as a life coach to be able to personally really dive into you personally. And I really, really do like that, Eric.
But I really think that it's both of them are helpful.
Yes.
And
They are.
and actually one thing that Rob and I have started, I'm not going to quiz him because he'll probably won't forgive me if he doesn't know. But what is one of the new things that I was just reading about from a coach, and I'm not gonna, he might be on the show or not, but anyway, that I wanted us to start doing every day. Do you remember what it was?
Giving our gratitudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, giving our gratitudes. And we actually do that in our meetings as well. So in our team meetings, we actually do the best we can. We don't do it at every single meeting, but we actually will start the meeting off with going around the table and just giving our gratitudes. What are we grateful for? And really just starting off with the right mentality to start the week off. And it's really so important. It's one of those habits that I think we all need to take care of. Yeah, we all need to do. So,
Love that.
Awesome,
being grateful for it. So let me explain a little bit as far as what you offer as a life coach, Eric, for those out there that may still need a little bit more understanding in that area.
Oh, sure. Thank you for the question. Again, coaching, and by the way, I love that you brought up gratitude. What a posture in life that brings, again, healing. It brings hope. So it's really cool. Matter of fact, I probably want to tap into that a little bit and talk to you after the show. But what I offer as a life coach is a commitment. And when I coach somebody, I want to be a destiny partner with them. I want to serve their vision. It's not about me teaching. Sure, there's some input and there's a lot of kind of an infusion or an injection of hope and positivity that I bring to the table. But what I want to do is serve their vision, their purpose. And whether that's a journey of redemption, if it's a journey of freedom, of personal or professional growth, whatever it is, I form a bond with them to help them succeed in that area. So what that looks like in terms of what I offer are sessions, right? So because of COVID, Zoom became a big deal. It's actually a very convenient way of having virtual meetings without each other getting the cooties. So, but to be honest with you, I offer in person as well. And I love a cup of coffee over life. I love talking about it. So it's in person, it's virtual, what we call telehealth. And so those things are what I offer. And that's kind of the path of the tool that I use is that in-person touch, right? But to be honest with you, the way that I commit is that I remain proactive in their journey in communicating, and also by providing life-changing resources, whether it's a book, whether it's a class, a recommendation for maybe another coach. So what I offer is that open, honest, two-way conversation that's focused on their vision through commitment.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
I love that.
Oh my goodness, so much to. You've hit some real key terms there. I'm definitely going to be watching this again, rewinding it, and if I could be old school there, rewind the tape, and just
That's
listen
it.
to it again because
I don't
you've
even
hit
know
some.
what you're talking
You've hit
about.
some real key terms there that I need to remember. One thing I love is that you're going to basically align yourself, kind of following their vision and what they want to do, and get excited about that, and kind of help out what they need in that area. Yeah, I absolutely love that. Eric, let me ask you something.
So,
What motivated you to make the decision to be a life coach?
Oh, wow. So there's, to be honest with you, there's a couple of reasons. And uh, one, I believe by pursuing one's vocation that you can produce possibility.
Mm.
And so I finally took the dive, if you will, being in corporate America for 25 or so years. I enjoyed it. I made some powerful, wonderful connections, and I am so grateful for them. But when you're following the voice that's in your life, the voice that's in your heart, Vox, look it up. It's a powerful, powerful term. When you're fulfilled in your life by trusting and aligning yourself with your truest vocation, what happens is not only do you become fulfilled, but those lives around you change for the better. And so when I found my voice, which is to help a brother, help a family, help a couple, or help a teenager, or even a business team understand the value of their life, the value of their calling, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And so that's what really caused me to seek out training for life coaching, and also training for mental health coaching to understand the mind and to see how that works in a coaching scenario. I have another reason, but I want to say this because we've been connected for so long. I want to say out loud that it's an inspiration to see that both of you went out and started this team, Maryland Homes team. That's inspiring to me. You followed your heart, and thank you so much for being the agency that really cares for their clients. And I saw that personally. You helped us as a family. So I want to tell you that I see that your vocation is coming out in what you do, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
Well, I appreciate
So
that,
thank you
Eric.
both.
I appreciate
nobody
that,
told me
and
I was going to be crying on my own
I just
show.
I just Venmoed you, Eric. So if you want to check that account,
Absolutely. I'm,
later.
I'm trying to find my Kleenex here, but
That's right.
just in case, just in case.
Oh,
No,
thank you, Eric.
the second reason, and I promise you I'll be brief with this, but just to be honest with you, I'm paying it forward.
Right.
Okay. Because when I was in the darkest moments of my life, and when I needed a voice in my life, I did have that voice. So I personally received coaching, whether it was a coach or a therapist or a counselor or a pastor who mentored me into healing, who mentored me into seeing what God thought about me. And so that's honestly, that's the motivation that I feel to help others, is to help them understand that their life messages may need to be revisited, or the limiting beliefs that they've adopted. I I just find it. I find a fierce passion, a fire inside of me to share what was done to me. Where they said, Eric, you know what? You're better than your past. Your future holds promise and possibility and joy. And so, because somebody did that for me, I'm doing it for others.
Wow.
And we feel that way. We talk about, our this isn't just a job for us. This is
Hmm.
ministry. We
Yeah.
had a couple that that they moved here from Kentucky. They had very little family here, and the wife and I became really good friends, and Rob was really good friends with the husband, And one night she called me crying and she said, Maria, something's just not right. Can you and Rob come over? This was like 10 o'clock at night. So we called our older children to come watch our little children. And we went out the door and we were literally there to like 1 a.m. and just,
Wow.
mentoring them, being there for them. And,
Mm.
and they had already bought their house, moved in, they were more to us than a client. They became
Yeah.
our friends. And I said to Rob, if we can help somebody in anything, there's young couples who don't think they could ever afford a house. And then
Sure.
when we put them to the right people and help them, and they can have a house, they start building their life, just like your beautiful son and your daughter in love and your
Absolutely.
grandbaby now. They have one of the cutest houses ever, made so well, and it's just adorable. Those
Hmm.
things I
Thank you.
think really make us happy watching the kids that were in my house jumping in a pool and setting fires and
Absolutely.
things like that. They're all
Yeah.
grown up now. They're married. They're having babies and buying houses.
Love it.
It's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
So, Eric, I have seen on social media and different places, and I think, Rob, you even have mentioned it before. You have a mantra or a saying. It says, be free, free to live, and give. Can you expand on that a little bit? Explain to us what that's about?
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for an opportunity to share this, because that is definitely my mantra. If I had a theme song, it would include those words: "Be free to live, love, and give." It would probably be 1970s, late 1970s, right out of the disco era. I would have that soundtrack going with those words in it. But that's what I live by, and that is my coaching framework. Okay, currently, but it hasn't always been my coaching framework. It was actually my story, being free to live, love, and give. It was my life cycle. Freedom to me is everything. It's clarity of mind, it's peace with God and others, it's health and body, it's sweetness of spirit, it's waking up not being dictated by your circumstances or being dictated on whether you're going to succeed or fail that day. It's about being at peace. And so to get to that freedom, uh, that was an acceptance of grace in my life. And when I understood that I was free to live, to love, and to give, I said, you know what? There's something catchy about that. I'm going to embrace that. And I embraced it back in 2016 when I started the free life. And I'll break it down really quickly for you. So, to live, what I'm referring to is when we're looking at our identity. I love it that you guys are mixing in your identity, your vocation with your occupation, two different things. Your voice with what you do. And so to live, if when I'm coaching, this is the gift that I offer. Let's look at living, loving, and giving. But you can't love and give until you live. So we need to look at your values. We need to look at your needs. We need to look at your life messages and your history. Of how did you get here? Just enough, just to understand how you got here, so that we can move forward. And so I use things like life mapping, personality assessments, and so forth, value prioritizing. Some of these things that we discuss, and I give assignments where we are challenging them to really dig deep to say, you know what, this is what's important to me, because I want to live. I want to live in my voice, live in my identity. So before you can love, and you need to have the personal freedom to live. So to love, and this is the good stuff, this is the juicy stuff. To love, we can look at the relational part of our lives, right? We can look at communication styles. We can look at roadblocks of why things are happening. And from the perspective of myself, I'm not bringing in my spouse's flaws into this picture. I'm not bringing in my employees, my staff's flaws into this. I am looking at this to love them. How can I love them? So I offer them and I challenge them that not only in your personal growth, but in your professional growth, let's look at what it means to speak honorably to people, to keep your commitments. I teach a class, if you will, on conversations for action. What does that mean? That you're just going to do things? No, no, no. It means that there's a certain level of honor and respect. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it to your satisfaction. So to love others and to give of yourself, and we're not even to give yet, but to love others, you've got to be free to live, to love, and then giving is just paying it forward. Now that you're free to understand your identity and your voice, and you have some tools to use in your relationships, whether they're personal or professional, then you're able to pay it forward. And whether that's starting a nonprofit, or whether that's volunteering, or whether that's starting and coaching others, whatever that looks like, to give, to pay your healing forward and your vision forward, that's where we live from that point on. And so to be honest with you, though, freedom to being free to live, love, and give is a cycle. We're always doing some introspection. We're always looking at ourselves and say, okay, is my heart right with those that I love? Do I have peace? Do I really trust the promises of grace that have been given to me? And then we go constantly, because we live in the soul, and so we live in those relationships, and so we're constantly living and loving and then giving of ourselves as well. So thank you so much for asking, because I'm pretty passionate about that. I'm pretty passionate that we all have a love and an acceptance from the Creator that wants the best for us.
Amen. Amen. So,
Thank you for asking that.
oh, you're so welcome. So, I see a lot of my friends and family right now struggling a little bit with the holidays.
Mm,
And, I never really had in my growing up family trauma or anything like that. So I never
mm,
thought the holidays would be not happy for someone,
right.
So um, you've heard, I think, what did they term it, Rob? The holiday blues or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm,
So, Eric, if you would have a word for someone, or someone that's just feeling
mm.
stuck wherever they are right now in a situation, or a feeling, an emotion, just a presence of something, what could you advise to them? What would you suggest?
Wow. Well, what an honor to even, I tell you, just to open my mouth and to say what I'm about to say is a blessing, is my blessing. And I hope that it blesses somebody else. If I only had one conversation with an individual that was struggling through the holidays, and it's a very real thing, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, and even physically, I totally respect that. I would say take heart. And I would say be encouraged. So taking heart is embracing courage. And so instead of just being like shallow and saying, hey, be encouraged, and just walking away,
Right?
I've done a word search in the past on the word encourage. And what I found out blows me away. And so when we're in the dumps and we are facing the blues, and we have memories that are tied to holidays, wow, it's a very real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up the word encourage, and this is what I found out, that in the Hebrew, it meant to bind yourself to God
Wow.
as if you're launching yourself onto a great stone, like you're wrapping yourself. It's like rock, paper, scissors. You have the rock and then you have the paper. It's like binding yourself to that rock that's not going to move. So when I encourage somebody, when I'm saying, hey, take heart and be encouraged, it's not no shallow business here. What I'm saying is allow yourself to be divinely touched and to have that divine purpose of, regardless of your faith and regardless of where you are with the whole God conversation. But when you're encouraged, this is what should be coming out. That divine purpose should be seeping into your life and seeping into the darkness, and finding the cracks of your heart, the rocky places, and the confusion and the pain. And so when I do that, I want it to be real. So if a role play here, if Rob was feeling in the blues because maybe he lost somebody dearly that was dear to him during the holidays, I wouldn't say, hey, just get over it and be encouraged. No, I would tell them, this is why. Let's celebrate that individual. Let's love the memories that we have with that individual. And let's take the message of Christmas and tie it to that. And let's see what will happen if we meditate on that and kind of just script that for the next 20 to 25 days as a habit to see what happens in our mind. Because that's what coaching is about. And that's what I would say. Be encouraged. But let me explain what encouragement is. That's what, if I had one shot at the individual, that's what I would definitely offer.
Wow. That's so huge. I mean, it's so big. If you're out there, you're just now tuning in. It's Eric Diaz. He's a life coach, and he's just speaking life into everyone who's really just watching right now. And I encourage you to replay this over and over again, to share it with your family and friends and those around you, because it's so powerful. If you're struggling with your identity, you're struggling with finding a voice in this world, and you really need encouragement, and you really need to look at things forward and to really plan your life out, especially that first quarter of 2023, as we're approaching the end of the year. Life coaching is what it's all about. I mean, you've got to do yourself a favor, get a hold of Eric. His email address is obviously posted right here, eric@takeheartcs.com. Send Eric an email and start a fresh outlook on your life, and something that he's going to help you with getting direction in your life. And that's so, so important. There's so many realtor friends that really, hopefully, are going to watch this and realize now what the big difference is between business coaching and what truly a life coach can do for them personally. And I think they'll definitely, see a huge difference with that.
And our clients too. Everybody.
Yeah,
That's
with
great.
our clients as well.
I'm sitting here taking notes. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people are taking notes here. The hearts are kind of flying on our screen. We can kind of watch that live. And we really do appreciate everyone who's engaged in watching this evening. So,
Awesome.
Eric, I've already mentioned one thing as far as, the email address, as far as how, is that really the best way for them to contact you?
That is, but they can also, I do have a business wireless number, and that's 717-759-0995. But they can also, if they wanted a free consultation call, doesn't cost them a thing. They can go to the website, which is the domain that's on my email address, takeheartcs.com. And they could just click on schedule and choose me as the clinician, and then they can schedule with me a free consultation call. Definitely can reach out. I would love to hear from your audience and anyone that's tied to Maryland Homes team for sure.
Yeah, folks, don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till next week. Visit his website. Get there, takeheartcs.com. Click on that schedule button and choose Eric, because it's really going to be life-changing for you. And for so many people that we know, people think that we're real estate agents. We're really not. We're mentors. We're a listening ear. Sometimes we're even counselors, because we're thrown in the mix of some very difficult situations. Not always, selling a home is a joy in many aspects, and we have to really help navigate our clients the best way possible. So
you can talk to Jesslyn, who's tuned in tonight.
Yeah.
She knows that I felt like I was just supporting her hubby through something that had happened through the transaction. I'm like, it's going to be okay. I promise. I've seen this before. We're going to be all right. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Well,
Eric, I
thank you for
almost feel like I'm
us.
exhausted. I went through almost like a full hour, counseling session with you, and I just feel like I feel
so
renewed.
Negative? How
Well,
can you
not.
take that and turn it
I
into a
feel
negative?
exhausted in a renewal way. You know what I mean? Like when you run a marathon. You run a marathon. Of course, you're excited about it, but you got a lot off your shoulders. And I just feel like if I talk to you one-on-one, I feel like you'd really be able to help our goals, for the next quarter. Just from a personal aspect, not from a business aspect, but just personally, developing those healthy habits and putting us in the right mindset and everything. So,
like Eric said in the beginning, when you're healthy or when I'm healthy, those around us
That's
benefit
right.
from that.
Yep, exactly.
Did you say that out loud? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Eric, I really appreciate you coming on. I really do. If there's anything else you want to share with us as we wrap this this segment up, I'd really appreciate it. But go ahead and
Sure.
feel free. The floor is yours.
But no, again, I'm most grateful for this time, and I've been looking forward to it, like I've stated before. But I look forward to being with you again sometime in the future. But I will say this, that clients are so important to me, and I have a passion and I have specialization in working with families and men and teenagers, couples that have been plagued by addiction. And my goal as a coach is to allow them to create strategies to live life with joy through the
Mm.
pain. And that's how I serve that client. I also serve couples who want to be restored, that's gone through betrayal or needs a reconciliation, or just might need a boost of energy in their relationship, in their marriage. And then lastly, I will say this, that I do offer uh, leadership and team care coaching as well. So what that looks like is I pretty much will go into an organization and work with individuals one-on-one and coach them, and now also coach them as a team. So it's my heart's
Love
desire
that.
to see people walk freely, to live, love, and give. So again, God bless you both, and thank you so much for having me on.
Thank
Wow.
you, Eric. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Eric. We appreciate that,
Yes.
and we'll have links and everything after the show. We'll have
Yep.
links underneath the
Yep.
our program. So if anyone wants to
Yep.
contact you, we want to make it as easy as possible. So
So
yeah,
I'm
that's
reminding
great.
Fantastic.
everybody, if they want to send their guess in for how much the 12 Days of Christmas would cost, post it up there, text it to me,
That's
DM
right.
me, let us know, because we
That's
have
right.
one more spin.
That's right, Eric. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, that was a big big joy having him on,
my
and
goodness.
I know he's kind of off site right now, but if you wanted to hang around, Eric, and just so we can talk for a couple of minutes after the program, that'll be great. If not, if you had to
Absolutely.
go, that's perfect as well. So we really appreciate that.
So when I saw his announcement of him being a life coach, I just thought I had this like sense of peace in myself of like,
Yep,
this is exactly where he belongs. Like,
that's right.
he's
Yep,
so perfect for that.
exactly.
And now he can share it with so many other people.
That's
Not
right.
just us.
That's right. All right, we're
So-
going to keep the show moving on, and we are
Okay.
going to hit the calendar.
It's like
All right.
over.
It is a deal. I know. The conversations we have while the calendar events are going on, we trying to rein it all back in. You know what I mean? So we're always handling clients, while the show's going on. We're handling clients and situations.
Yes. So you know what we're talking about? We're talking about we had an investor. He's trying to get his property on the market as fast as possible, and it needed a deep clean. And I don't know if you all today, but just trying to get someone to your house to do something is like 10 phone calls, 3 voice messages, then you got to call again. Anyway, so we found an amazing cleaning crew, and they return our calls. They show up on time, and what a great price they had given this investor to clean their house. We just were so happy for them.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're just tuning in, by the way, we put out a question: how much in current inflationary amounts? How much is the 12 Days of Christmas valued at? How much would it cost you to buy the 12 Days of Christmas? We went down that list. A little contest that we're having right now. A couple of people have put a couple of answers up here. Jessica says $200,000, by the way, for the 12 Days of Christmas. That's what she posted out there.
And then I have 2 2 messages sent to me. I guess not everybody likes to be on camera. I
That's
get that.
right.
Not that you're on
exactly.
camera,
I get
camera.
it. No,
but anyway, so drum roll.
So drum roll. Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's a horn. Is that a drum?
I don't have a drum. I cannot believe I do not have a drum.
You would think, because we have a drum at the bottom of our steps, and every time everybody goes down, somebody plays the drum, like a real drum. Our son-in-law, not only is he handsome, but he's talented. He's a drummer. I said to my daughter, how every girl growing up wanted to marry the drummer, like of Styx and Journey. Like we all wanted to marry the drummer. Anyway, sorry. Okay. Back. That's my ADHD. I'm going to rein it back in, whatever that word is. Okay. So the total cost of 12 Days of Christmas is $41,205.
That's right.
So they actually break this down, and I don't have them memorized, so I'm going to actually read off a paper, which I hate to read off papers. They say that the most expensive one to pay for are the 7 swans of swimming. Oh my gosh, say that 5 times. Swans
That's right.
Swimming. Because they would cost $13,000. That's all. And then the 9 ladies dancing is about $7,500. Well, we're not going to go that direction, talk about dancing, what kind of dancing. But anyway, so now back to the exotic pets are coming at a higher price today. Turtle doves have gone up 50% this year. So I'm sure if you bought a turtle dove or 2, you saw that. Not me, no.
I only know of Dove chocolate. I don't know of turtle doves.
Oh, yeah, they make good ice cream too. And the cost of 6 geese a laying went up 57%. So I have wanted ducks, but
how is the cost of laying an egg different than the cost of laying an egg last year?
Somebody explain that to me, please.
Unless it's the feed you give them or something. I don't know.
Where did this report come from?
That's right.
Also, gold prices went up, but they only went up by 8.5%, which, you know what? I beg to differ. Gold has skyrocketed. Everybody's buying gold today.
So that pushed up the 5 gold rings by 8.5%. So that's how we arrived at the amount.
Or they arrived.
They arrived at the amount. Yep, $41,000. That's what it would cost you to buy 12 Days of Christmas.
That would be correct.
That's right, exactly. So do we have another spin the wheel?
We do.
We have another spin the wheel.
So, I always do this wrong. Gotta get to the camera. All right, now it's your turn to spin. Or
it's my turn?
Spin? You spin. I spin. The last time.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to spin faster than that. Hold on.
Put some power behind it.
Put some power behind it. Hold on. There we go.
Now we sound like we're in Vegas. Chick-fil-A again.
Chick-fil-A?
So I have 3 people here that have given prices. And Jessica, sorry, you're just off by like 160,000. I am sorry about that. But one of our other lovely guests that have joined us, they guessed 45,000, which was really close.
That was close.
So, congratulations.
That was close. Yes, exactly.
For that.
No, that's fantastic.
You are.
Yeah.
So,
we're going to dive into
everybody joining in. Are we going to do the
No, do the market
today?
stats. We're going to do some market stats right now. Hang on one second. We'll be right back.
We're past our time.
We're almost past our time.
Yes.
All right. If you're looking
Well-
for local market stats, by the way, feel free to DM us. You can call us anytime, email
Anytime.
us. And if you're looking for something very specific to even your development or your area, your zip code, we'll be more than happy to shoot those stats over to you. So
Well,
that'd
honey,
be
I
great.
thought this is the first time I've seen them like in the big screen. And the fact, this is such great news for buyers,
Yep.
that there's 36.8% more homes on the market than there were last year. Huge. And what else? They're on the market for average of 35 days instead of less than 2 seconds.
That's
So
right.
that's awesome. You have a chance now.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly. Yep.
So
Yep.
good news. I like that. That's great news.
Yeah. Yeah. So we really appreciate everybody joining in this evening. Maria.
Thank you, Brenda, and all the new
Yes.
faces.
Yes. Exactly. So we had a great
And Miss
time.
Donna. Sorry.
We could have Eric on once a month. I'm telling you,
I think it's a good idea.
he's so encouraging, and I
Yes.
know he's encouraging
Oh my
everyone
gosh.
who's watching us. So I really
What a
appreciate
breath of
that.
fresh air.
Yeah, if you have any comments about our interview with him, you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, anything additional, please feel free to comment below. We're going to follow them throughout the
Anytime.
next couple of weeks, and we love to be able to respond to you. And like I said, we're going to have links after the show posted, so you can click on the links easily and schedule your consultation with Eric. That'll be great. So we
Yes.
appreciate that. Maria, we're always better.
Together.
We're always better together, even though I think we need reconciliation pretty much every day. But that's okay.
Maybe
That's
you.
fine. Maybe
Or
me.
you, honey.
Exactly.
I'm not
So
gonna
we're,
say anything,
we're always
though.
better together. Remember, who you work with matters in this market. So if
Yes.
you're buying a home, if you're selling a home, if you know a
Yes.
neighbor that is, or a coworker,
Send them our
and you want to focus and put them in the right direction, you definitely want to put Maryland Homes team at the top of the list of
Thank
agents
you.
to be interviewed. And we would love to be able to help you out and
Yes.
help your friends out as well.
Absolutely.
So with that said,
Alrighty. Have a great
all right,
week.
have a great week, and we will see you next time. Okay.
Yes.